Enough of this malarkey. Let's move on.
Let's talk
to
some
the real
football.
stuff.
Right. At Ouachita tonight, probably the most anticipated game of the season. Ruston, the current #1 team, faced the defending champion Lions. The Bearcats have been averaging about 50 points a game and led Ouachita 14-0 at half. But in the second half, Ruston had to punt. Michael Metzger is the punter, and he punted away. Now watch Vincent Thompson for the Lions. He breaks left and then heads upfield. A nice run back, loses his balance, but maintains enough footing to get the Lions in great field position. It leads to a 1-yard touchdown dive by Derek Williams. That made the score 14-6. Ouachita was in striking distance, but they boot the extra point attempt, and it left it at 14-6. Ruston was leading 14-9 when the Bearcats' Roymond Malcolm breaks up the middle for a huge gain. Lester Watts on the tackle. I don't know how he caught him, but he caught him from behind. Ruston's Brad Laird then hits Brian Mason for a 20-yard touchdown pass, and the Bearcats were up 21-9 at that point. They went on to win this final 21-16. At Carroll tonight, Rabel was in town. The Hornets get the first touchdown of the evening. A bomb from Duke Bryce to Cedric Washington, and it was 7-0 Rabel. Carroll, though, came back. David Conway pitches to Marcus Davis. Kind of picks his way down the sideline and cuts it back in, and he is gone. See ya. A touchdown. It was 7-6 at this point, but Rabel still led. Then, with Rabel on top, 21-6, Carroll. Watch the pass from David Conway. He goes deep to Terrence Taylor. This makes it 21-12, a great pass and catch. Carroll comes from behind to win this ball game, 26-21. As we go to the scoreboard, Homer on top of St. Frederick in a big way. We'll have highlights of that ball game on Sports Scope, and we will also have highlights of the Ouachita Christian Crowell game with the Eagles coming out on top in that. River Oaks Briarfield playing down in Lake Providence. Guess what? We've got highlights of that one coming up in Sports Scope, so stick around. West Ouachita on top of Loyola. That's the game Jason's been talking about all day, and West Ouachita wins it 6-0. And the Cincinnati Reds proved they were the best team in games 1 and 2 of the World Series against Oakland, but those games were at Riverfront Stadium tonight. They were in Oakland. In the second inning, Chris Sabo, Bahia. That's Bahia head. And suddenly it is a 1-0 Reds lead. But Harold Baines came to the plate and left nothing but a vapor trail. Boy, he hit this a ton. A 2-run shot. The Athletics led it at 2-1. In the third inning, got ugly. Eric Davis kind of loops one out into center field. That tied the ball game at 2. Then the Reds led 3-2. Sabo came up. See, 2-run home run, and it was 5-2 at that point in favor of the Reds. Still in the third, Joe Oliver. He won it for the Reds in the 10th inning Tuesday night. Here he makes it 6-2 with an RBI. Then Mariano Duncan single. It was 7-2. They would bat around in the inning, hit for the cycle in that same inning. A total of 7 hits, 7 runs, and Oakland added an error as Cincinnati took an 8-2 lead in the third inning on their way to an 8-3 win. The Reds now lead the series. It is 3-0. Track news at NLU's cross-country invitational. Louisiana Tech came away with the men's title, while NLU finished second. The ladies of NLU won, with Northwestern finishing second. And John and Judy, of course, we just barely touched on the high school football that we were covering this evening. We've got college previews and high school scores and highlights all coming up in just a few minutes on Sports Scope.
Okay, see you then. We'll see you back here in just a second. Where can you...
I'd like to welcome everyone to another night of Sports Scope. Some really big district matchups took place tonight, and we have a lot of highlights and scores to bring you. The game with perhaps the greatest interest of local viewers took place at Ouachita. A battle of unbeatens as the 4th-ranked Lions hosted the top-ranked Ruston Bearcats. Ruston was on top 14-0 in the second half, and they were punting. Michael Metzger watched Vincent Thomas for the Lions as he was returning the punt. He makes a cut to the left and then heads upfield. loses his balance on the way as he makes one last cut and finally was brought down, but it set the Lions up in great field position. Derek Williams would take it in for the score. That cut the Bearcat lead to 14-6, but on the extra point, you saw the high snap. It wasn't handled, and that's the way it stayed at 14-6. Ruston was leading 14-9 when Raymond Malcolm breaks up the middle for a huge gain. You see why he's one of the top recruits in the state. Lester Watts somehow catches him from behind. That set up quarterback Brad Laird. He goes to Brian Mason. A 20-yard touchdown pass. That proved to be the cushion that the Bearcats would need as they won 21-16. Ed Murphy, or Pete Battaglia, and Greg Smith caught up with the coaches after the game.
Man, I'm telling you, that was some kind of football game, and I give Ouachita all the credit in the world. They were well prepared. Their coaches had a great game plan, and they played well. We were very lucky to win the football game.
What do you think was the turning point in this game?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look. I think when we got off the long last drive there, when they blocked the kick, it'd like to have been a turning point.
I think our kids played a heck of a football game and against a great football team, and it's what high school football's all about. We come up a little short. We felt like we had our chances to win. We didn't do it. But I think our kids found out that a lot of people have been talking about us and saying we didn't have much of a chance, but if they'll come out and play with this kind of effort, we got a chance to go a long way again this year.
Also tonight, Rabel at Carroll. The Hornets would...
remember home.
On defense, 48-0. 48-0. Anybody down here? Got one? Look.
42-10.
42-10. 38-6. 7 again. 38-6. 38-6. Come on. 42 what? Score.
42-7. 42-7.
35-7. All right. Anybody on the front row? 42-14. All right, you got one there?
No, I don't have one.
Got me a score?
59 to nothing.
Okay. Take a picture of each other. Go ahead. Give me a score.
Well, let me see here, about 57.
57, all right. You got a game score?
45.
45. All right. Let me get a score. 28-14. Game score. 45-14. 28-14. Oh, yeah.
What? 38-14.
45, okay. Game score.
49-14.
All right, look up there. I can't see that. Game score.
56-0.
Okay.
59-7.
All right.
Win. 51-0.
51-0.
57-7.
All right. Who's favorite?
Rough Rider.
Game score.
42-21.
All right, you got something different, I can tell you. You didn't agree with it. 9-3. It's in baseball, World Series on it. You guys got one? Who's going to win? Give me a game score. All right, get it. Game score.
35-0, Ruston.
Game score.
Not me.
All right, come on.
31-14, Ruston.
31-14. Game score.
42-14.
Give me a game score.
42-14.
Okay. How many? Up in here and say it loud. Okay. What's next? Huh? Game score. Let's go. Somebody give me one.
34-10.
34-10. All right, Mike. How many? 27?
21-13, Rick.
All right. 32-7. All right. I
Go ahead, give Jim. 45-0.
45.
What? Ruston at by 12.
Okay. Got more guys?
5,580.
Quick. Come on. All right. What's yours?
Ruston 28, Ouachita 8.
28. All right, go.
31-10.
Okay.
50 to nothing. Stop to this.
50 to nothing. All right, give it to him, Jake.
35-14.
Okay. All right, let's go. Get this.
14 to 3, Bearcat.
All right. Game score.
48-7.
All right. Next row behind.
40.
All right. Back row.
28-7.
28-7.
42-6.
Anybody else up there? Game score.
I'll repeat it. 42-6.
48-14.
All right.
42-13.
Get this thing, Dan. All right, give it to him.
42-13.
42. Game score. Y'all quit.
42-17.
47. All right, now give me yours. You telling him all about it.
That sounds Paper can.
All right, get through.
52-10.
All right. Anybody else?
49 to nothing.
49 nothing.
There you go. That's a good one. I like that. I died at Ouachita even score.
Quick. Game score. Game score, quick. Let's go, game score.
49-14.
49-14.
Visiting Ruston Bearcats at the Ouachita line.
63 to 0.
All right, you guys got one. What's your game?
What, prediction? 55-0.
Prediction is the score. What's the score?
It's going to be a slaughter. I predict 65-14. Charles Marshall.
21.
Number 64, Chris Holman. Number 75, Billy Jones. Number 36, Julius Stacy.
I got a score right here.
53-17. What was it? 47-17.
How many?
47-17.
Okay.
42-14.
42-14, all right. 21-13. All right.
61-0. 31-7.
All right.
48-3. 14.
All right.
Get ready.
Number
42-21.
John,
Game's going fast. Game's going thick. 28-7. 28. Come on, man. Give me a game score. All right, let's go, guys. You last. Come on.
No, we got 2-0.
All right.
Defense is trying 2-1.
All right. Game score. Game score. What's the game score going to be?
42-7. Tonight, available to institute. All my way to go, John.
as they are coming out right now under head coach Mike Valerie. Offensively in the backfield, number 14, Andy Russell, 6'1", 171-pound junior. And the fullback spot will be J.J. Bennett, number 32, 5'11", 184-pound junior. In the right halfback slot, number 30, Derek Williams, 6'0", 185 pounds. And they have some pretty enthusiastic fans here tonight. Derek Williams, 6'0", 185-pound senior. On the left side is number 44, Tito Davis, 5'11", 190-pound junior. Left end, we see number 10, Mark Armstrong, 5'10", 169-pound senior. And over on the right side for Ouachita Lions is number 80, 6'2", 190-pound junior. Now the down lineman for the Ouachita Lions as they're out on the field under their goalpost waiting to take the field. Left tackle, number 53, Stephen Medford, 6'1", 208-pound junior. For left guard, number 76 is Jeremy Pletra, 5'10", and here they come. 5'10", Jeremy Pletra is 5'10", 210 pounds, 76. Center, Robbie Accardo, 5'9", 180-pound junior. Right side, we see Philip Payne, a 252-pound senior at 5'10", 69. And on the right tackle, number 61, Slade Hampton, 194-pound senior, 6'1". And the officials for tonight's contest, we see the referee, Stanley Smith, the umpire, Roy Brown. The head linesman is going to be Lee Baxter Jr., and the field judge will be Larry Hall. Clock operator, Ronnie Stark. SRO is the name of the game here, ladies and gentlemen, standing room only. Or if you have your lawn chair, bring it on by. Captains for tonight's game for the Bearcats, number 45 is Charles Green, and number 67, Marsh Bice. And for the host, defending state champions, Ouachita Lions, co-captains, number 69, Philip Payne, and number 24, Trey Hill. Trey looks like he's been to the barber recently, number 24. Can't see too much on top. Referees are on the center as all stands are full. Both end zones are packed as the bleachers have been set up for tonight's contest. Referees going over the ground rules, and the coin toss is in the air. It's flipped once. Looks like Ruston wins the toss, and Ruston now is choosing to receive or kick the ball, where you haven't had a designation yet. Here comes the referee. Ruston will receive, and they will defend the west goal, which is to our left on radio. And we're going to get set. Why don't we take a break for 30 seconds? You're listening to Bearcat Football. On the state everybody's looking forward to tonight, defending state champions, Ouachita Lions, coming in undefeated, unblemished against the leading in the polls, the state of Louisiana, undefeated and unblemished Ruston Bearcats. As we get set, why don't we turn this action over now to the voice of the Bearcats. That is Mr. Bob Day.
Thank you, Rick, and it's called the Holy Ground here in Monroe. This is Ouachita Lions Stadium. They are undefeated since this stadium opened. They have won 21 in a row. Before a mass of humanity, they're standing everywhere, and as we can see across the way, they're still pouring in. Cars are still trying to find parking places, so stay with us. It's going to be a goodie. Back deep, we see Malcolm, one of the top running backs in the entire nation, Ramon Malcolm, number 29, standing at the 6-yard line of the Ruston Bearcats, and Ouachita is set to kick it away, and it's going to be loud. Stay with us. We hope you enjoy it. The football is in the air, and Malcolm is going to take it at the 20. Cuts to the far side, looks upfield to the 25, to the 30. He's up in it at the 31 across the way. And it'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Bearcats from their own 31-yard line, dressed in all white, trimmed in red with red jerseys. Meanwhile, the Lions from Ouachita, dressed in solid maroon with white numerals and white lettering. So this is the one everybody has waited one solid year for, and it is now underway. First down and 10 to go. The ball on the far hash mark. We'll put Malcolm out here on the far out. And Laird drops straight back. He looks for Malcolm, but instead sends it to Summerall in the middle, to the 40, to the 44-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bearcats. Todd Summerall on a reception from Brad Laird on the first play of the football game. Brad Laird, of course, going for the all-time passing record at Ruston High School. Dan Childress, Coach Chick Childress' son, of course, back in 1982, when he was a senior, has that record. It's first and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Bearcats to the line. Give it to Malcolm over the left side. Malcolm looking for a blocker. Cuts up and is going to be knocked down across the 45, out at the 46-yard line. Sam Curry for the Ouachita Lions. Sam Curry on the stop for the Lions. It'll be second down. Give him about 3 or 4. They move the ball up to the 47-yard line of Ouachita. Second down and about 6-7 yards to go.
Bob, early going is going to make this game who scores first and who holds each other first, because it's going to be high tens throughout the until something breaks big for offensively or defensively for either team.
Carr out to the left side. Malcolm this way. Laird rolls to the right. Laird's going to tuck it. Laird's going to run it. He's got a first down. He's into Ouachita territory down at the 43-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Bearcats. Stanley Jenkins, number 45, strong side linebacker, 6'1", 197-pound senior on the stop for the Ouachita Lions. Charles Marshall, a huge player, 6'3", 277 into the ball game. Number 66 coming out for the Lions, and that is Michael Shively. First down and 10, Ruston at the 43 of the Lions. Put a wingman to the left side. That's Summerall. Split Carr out this way. Give the ball to Derek Payne over the left. He's to the 40-yard line, to about the 39 before he's racked up, knocked down as Payne went over the left tackle slot and has good yardage on that first down carry. Curry once again on the stop for the Ouachita Lions, the free safety. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down and 6 at the 39-yard line of the Lions. The ball on the far hash mark. Ruston going from our left to right. That's west to east on the stadium turf. Malcolm this time out to the left side. Here comes Summerall in motion. Give the ball over the middle to Payne. Payne not much there that time, as the whole middle of that Ouachita interior line was there to clog it up. Maybe a yard. Curtis Holman, Billy Jones led him. Billy Jones 6'4", 251. Holman 5'11", 244. And Rick, Curtis Holman is a true freshman, 244 pounds, playing varsity football.
I think we're going to see a lot of him in the next couple of years, and I mean that literally and figuratively, because he's going to be growing.
Third down and about 5 at the 37-yard line. Summerall in motion. Laird back. Laird looks for a receiver. It is going to be incomplete. Carr said he had it, but the official said no. He got it on the first bound, so it's going to bring up fourth down and a good 5 yards to go at the Lion. Actually, it's closer maybe to the 38-yard line. It was Metzger's coming onto the field.
A rollout pattern to the right as Laird looked for Carr. Carr looked like he caught the ball, but the referee right on top looking in said no, he trapped it on the ground. Here comes Metzger for the punt.
Montress Gorge. Gorge is back to receive the punt for the Lions. Metzger gets it away. High punt. And we've got flags down, so it's going to be nullified. Flags were thrown. The play was blown dead before the snap, so let's see what we've got. Metzger had a good one away. The illegal procedure against the Ruston Bearcats. This drive stalled at the 38-yard line of Ouachita. So Ruston will be punting. One of the few times they haven't scored on the initial drive all year long. They come into tonight's action averaging 52.5 points per game, and they're allowing only 5 points. They have scored 367 points so far this year. They have allowed only 35, 21 of that 35 last week to the West Monroe Rebels. Okay, Metzger standing back now at his own 43. Gorge back at his 9. Awaiting the punt from Metzger. Good snap, not much of a rush. Metzger gets a good high spiraling punt heading toward the far sideline, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and let's see where the official will mark it at the 15-yard line. So that's where Ouachita will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go.
Ouachita fans think this is a moral victory thus far, holding the Bearcats, something a few teams have done this year on their initial drive, and it's up to the Bearcat defense. And Bob, I think we're right behind every mother of the Ouachita Lions.
I think we are. I think we've got all the moms right in front of us here. Okay, Andy Russell, a 6'1", 171-pound junior, number 14, in at the quarterback position for the Ouachita Lions. They come up in an I formation from their own 15. First down and 10. The ball on the far hash. Give it off to the fullback. Good hole over here, but it's clogged in a hurry and in a quick hurry. At the 17-yard line, that was Derek Williams on the carry. And getting him on the ground was number 56. We see getting up off the bottom of the pile, rather 58, Terrence Hicks for the Ruston Bearcats. It'll be second down, 8 yards to go. A gain of a couple on that play out to the 17-yard line. Ruston so far this year has scored 106 points in the first quarter while allowing only 7. But this we expect to be a different type football game tonight. Second down, 8 yards to go. Back to pass. He looks for a receiver. Rush is coming. He gets it away. It's going to be incomplete. It was intended for J.J. Bennett, number 32, out in the right flat. But Brian Houston was back there all over him along with Sebastian Lyons. And those are a couple of Lions. Let me tell you, 235-pound Lion Bearcats and 195-pound, closer over to 200 for Sebastian Lyons. So it's going to be third down, 8 yards to go, Rick, as Andy Russell went back to attempt the first pass of the night, had a big rush come on him.
And he saw that front line of the Bearcats, as you mentioned. Lions come in Houston, as also number 88, Bobby Williams, hanging out on the sides, ready to attack. And that brings up third and long for the Lions.
Third down, 8. They break it out of the eye, and flags are going to fly before the ball is snapped. We had a wing out to the right side, and we could have a, a penalty coming up against Ouachita. We do. Illegal motion. That'll move the ball back 5 yards, back to about the 12-yard line. So it's going to be third down and long yardage for Ouachita and deep in their end of the playing field. We've got 8:21 to play here in this opening quarter. No score from Monroe and Ouachita tonight. And let's see, here comes the 5-yard stepped off back to the 12-yard line. So that's where Ouachita will put it in play. Third down and a good 13 and a half yards to go for their first down. A huge crowd, and they are still coming in. Cars are still coming in on this far streets, as we can see far across the way over there, and looking for a place to park it. And there just ain't many of those left around here. Third down, 13 to go. Here come the Lions. Wing set to the right side. The ball just inside this near hash mark. Russell back to pass, shoots it upfield. Complete! Oh, what a catch! For a first down out at the 28-yard line. Tim Goodwin, 6'2", 190-pound junior, and he was decked immediately. Rodney Young hit him and put him on the ground unmercifully, but how Goodwin held on, Rick, I don't know, but apparently he had some glue on his hand.
He did indeed. It was a great concentration on Goodwin's part. Russell also had some great speed on the ball, got it out there, split the seams of the Bearcats. First down for the Lions.
At their 27-yard line, man in motion to the right side. Pitch it back to the fullback. Not much is there, and he's going to be dragged down after maybe a yard gain. Rodney Young cut in behind and pulled him down along with Sebastian Lyons, and that was the fullback on to carry, J.J. Bennett. It'll be second down 9. Again, pickup of a yard on that carry. Andy Russell, I'm still thinking about McDonald from West Monroe last Friday night, but Andy Russell comes to the sideline after every play to get the play from the Ouachita bench. That uses up a little valuable time on that clock, but they continue to do that as they have year in and year out. Number 18 heads in motion to the far side. Russell is back. Russell looks for a receiver. It's complete. Oh, at the 31-yard line and out of bounds. Well, Rick, Rodney Young had stopped for just a moment to reach up and see if he could pull that in for an interception. Tito Davis on the catch.
Right, Rodney was thinking about interception, but he forgot what he was doing in that playing defense. It goes for a completion. Doesn't pick up too many yards. Had Rodney got that interception, it would have been smooth sailing, but he didn't. Goes for a completion. Bringing up 3rd and 6 now for Ouachita at 7:07 in the first period, where a score of 0-0.
At the 31-yard line of the Lions. Third down and 6 yards to go. Here they come to the line. Ball on this near hash. Put a wing out to the right side, wide out to this near side. Russell back, puts it up in the air. It's going to be overthrown on the far sideline. Intended once again for number 18, and that is Gourds. So it'll be kicking time for the Ouachita Lions. On a 4th down and 6 yards to go, so the initial drive of both teams here tonight has netted absolute 0. And Rodney Young will drop back to receive this punt expected from the Lions. And Justin Clark is the punter. Big rush is coming. He gets a good punt away, though. And Young takes it at the 37. Looks for a blocker. Cuts back this way. Now heads upfield to the 40. And the Bearcats will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 40-yard line. No score in this football game. 6:52 to play in the opening quarter before a massive crowd here at Lions Stadium, and they're still coming in the gate.
Well, Bob, if there were trees around the stadium, they'd be hanging from the trees, but we're out in the middle of a former cow field, I think. And
That's it.
And there are none but people hanging out every possible spot. And here come the Bearcats now. 0-0 the score at 6:52 to play in the first period.
First and 10 from their own 40. Carr out to this side. Here comes Summerall in motion this way. Laird drops back. Laird got a little screen pass to Mason. Mason up the far sideline to the 50, to the 45, to the 45-yard line. That's where they'll knock him out of bounds. It's first down and 10 Bearcats at the Ouachita 45-yard line.
We saw Mason score on that last year, quick out, and then down the side. It looks like he tripped up toward the 55-yard line. There is no 55-yard line. 45-yard line.
They do in Canada. They do in Canada.
Oh, they do? Okay. Well, we're a little bit south of there.
Carr comes out to the right, this near side. Put a wing to the left, that's Summerall, and then put Malcolm out there also. He is looking for Malcolm deep downfield. It's incomplete at the 5. Back defending was number 25, I believe. That is Sam Curry of the Ouachita Lions. Well, he had him there, Rick, but it was just perfect coverage on the part of the Lions.
Great coverage on Sam Curry, the free safety, 5'8", 148 pounds, on the fleet-footed Ramon Malcolm. As Laird tried to air it out, he probably put a little bit too much air under the ball. And Malcolm had to slow up a couple of steps, and the ball goes for an incompletion, bringing up second down and 10 for the Bearcats at 6:14 in the first period, 0-0 score.
At the 45-yard line of the Lions, the ball on the far hash. Here comes Malcolm in motion to this near side. Laird is back. Laird's got a lot of time. Now Laird puts it upfield. It's complete to Summerall. Summerall pulls away from one, fights for some extra yardage, and will be down at the about the 36-yard line of the Ouachita Lions. Curtis Holman back to make the stop for the Lions. It's coming up third down and a good yard to go for the first. 5:51, the clock moving here in this first period. Still no score, and this is the first time this has happened so far to the Ruston Bearcats this year. They've had points on the board by now. Summerall on a wing to this side. Give the ball to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for yardage. Malcolm has his first down to about the 31-yard line. John Beckwith, 210-pound junior defensive end, made the stop for the Ouachita Lions, but not before Malcolm had enough yardage for that first down. They'll mark it just inside the Ouachita 32-yard line on this near hash. First down and 10 yards to go for the Bearcats. 5:27. The clock rolls along here in this first quarter in Lion Country. They have won 21 in a row on their home stadium here at this new stadium since it was opened a couple of years, 3 years ago. Okay, Mayfield into the ball game. He's come out to this right side, and Laird is straight back. Laird got a lot of time. Laird puts it over the middle to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for yardage, and he's going to be tripped up as he's caught around the ankle and dragged down by Kenneth Maxey around the 27-yard line, and it's going to be, well, they'll mark it maybe a little closer to the 28. The ball is just about a ball length inside the 28-yard line of the Lions. It'll be second down and about 6 yards to go for Ruston at that point. Bearcats putting up another threat. They had the initial drive die around the 30-yard line. They've got it second down and 6 now at about the 28. Here's the pitch back to Payne. Payne looks for a block over this side, over this right side, and he's down to about the 26-yard line. And Stanley Jenkins was there to make the stop for the Lions. They mark it at the Ouachita 26. It's going to be third down and a good 5 yards to go. Third and about 5. At the Lion 26-yard line on this near hash. Summerall to this side. Laird back. Laird has got to men over the seam, and it's going to be called complete. No, incomplete at the 11-yard line. Well, it looked like Mason had it for a moment. Was it Mason or Mayfield? I'm not real sure which. I think Mason had it, but he couldn't hang on to it as he went to the turf. So it's going to bring up fourth down and 5 yards to go at the Ouachita 26-yard line. Carr coming back in and Mayfield heading out. So what do you call right now, Rick, on a fourth down and 5 at the 26?
Well, Bearcats are 11 of 14 on fourth down conversions for a 78% on this season, and here they go.
Everybody in this stadium on their feet. Summerall heads in motion to the left side. Laird is back. Laird, it passes incomplete. Threw it a little behind Malcolm. If he'd have had it out front of him, I think Malcolm would have had more than enough yardage for that first down. But this Ouachita defense has held once again, and they are playing up to everything we have heard about them so far, Rick.
They are indeed. We heard the defense was equally as strong as last year, haven't lost too much. Shad Green, the captain, has left, but defense of Ouachita and Mike Valerie holding up strong in this first period. 3 minutes and 49 seconds in the first period. We have no score here in the Holy Ground, you call it?
That's what they call it here in Monroe. Well, so far, Ouachita hasn't shown that they are that much impressed by this high-powered Ruston offensive unit, highly ranked in the entire nation. And Russell tries to throw it underhanded. It's going to be incomplete as he was being chased for his life back there by Sebastian Lyons. Also, number 71, Jeff Young over there, too. And another one of their cohorts, let's see, Brian Houston. They were really putting the rush on him, and all Russell could do that time was just throw it upfield underhanded.
It looked like he was trying to pick up the spare on a 7-10 split there in the bowling alley when he underhanded the ball, trying to get out of the grasp of one of the defenders of the Bearcats. He goes down for an incompleted pass to the boos of the Ruston fans. And it comes up 2nd and 10 for Ouachita Lions.
At their 26-yard line, Wingman comes in motion to this near side, and Russell gives it off to the fullback. He's got a hole over the left side. Around it he comes and heads toward the sideline. That's big number 40, Tito Davis. And Michael Thompson finally was able to get him down along with Jeff Young out across the 30. They're going to mark it where around the 35-yard line. So he's going to be about a yard short of a first down with a third down facing him.
Tito Davis turned the corner, picked up speed, and came around that corner. Michael Thompson, square shouldered, put his head down. As Davis put his head down, they met with helmets, and Davis goes down, but not before he picks up 9 yards. 3rd and 1, and the Lions on the prowl.
At the 35-yard line, here they come. This time from an I formation on a 3rd and 1. The ball on this near hash. Give the ball to the up man, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward for enough yardage for the first down. That is number 30 on the carry, and that is Derek Williams. Terrence Hicks on the stop for the Bearcats. It's first down, 10 yards to go for the Ouachita Lions. 2 minutes, 51 seconds left in this first period. Still no score in Monroe. This the top game in the state tonight. The number 1 team in the state against the 4th-ranked Ouachita Lions. Also the 5th-ranked team in the nation, the Ruston Bearcats. And Ruston is trying to get the officials' attention to get a timeout, and they have done it. So we've got our first break in play tonight. Timeout. Ruston nothing. Ouachita nothing in Monroe. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
On their second drive of the night, have already picked up 1 first down. It's 1st and 10. The Bearcats had some confusion on that play and called a timeout defensively. Total offense thus far, Bearcats have 65 yards, Ouachita 32, and as mentioned, they are on their second drive of this young game.
Ouachita holding this high-powered offense so far that's averaging almost 440 yards a game in offense. Here comes a run around the left end to the 40-yard line, and a whole host of Ruston Bearcats are there to meet him, led by Rodney Young and Terrence Hicks. On the carry for Ouachita, once again, that was Tito Davis, 5'11", 190-pound junior. It'll bring up second down and a good 8 yards, about 7 yards to go. The ball just outside their own 40-yard line, about the 40.5. As the Ruston Bearcat defensive unit on the field against this Ouachita Lion offense led by Andy Russell. Up they come. The ball on this near hash. No score. We have got 1:55 to play in the first quarter. Wing set to the right side. Now he heads in motion toward the far sideline. Give it over the middle. Big hole. Hit 1 time. Hit 2 times. He's still fighting for yardage across midfield. To the 49-yard line goes J.J. Bennett. Finally, Rodney Young is able to pull him down. Rick, that was a bruising run by Bennett right up the gut.
Indeed it was. Credit Bennett for a gutsy run, as the Bearcats seem to be hitting tonight rather than tackling. We knew it would be a bruising football game, but they got to get into some fundamental tackling as Ouachita Lions coming in to play hardball against the Bearcats.
As we said earlier, they don't seem to be impressed at all by this 5th-ranked team in the entire nation. Here come the Lions up. First down, 10 yards to go from the 49-yard line. Give it to Davis around the right end. He breaks it to the clear. He's to the 35, to the 30. Tito Davis is caught behind at the 12-yard line by Michael Thompson. minute.
No point in
15 to
talking
play.
here. A 39, 33-yard run, 38-yard run by Tito Davis sends the stadium into a wild frenzy. A minute and 9 seconds to play in the first period. No score. Looks like the Ouachita Lions right now, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, has momentum going in their favor. Defending state champions, Ouachita Lions.
Well, they're playing like it right now against the top-ranked team in the state. 1st down and 10 to go at the Ruston 11-yard line. See what this high-powered defense is. They throw Davis way back. He breaks in. They're going to say he was down. 71, Jeff Young got him back outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. And Coach Mike Valerie doesn't like that, and neither does the Ouachita crowd. But the official said he was down as Young slung him around completely. And, Rick, that's the kind of defense we've gone accustomed to seeing all year long.
Right, those defensive line breaking through and stopping before the point of attack. That time, Young kind of did a couple of pirouettes with the running back. Didn't really see his knee go down. That's why the Boo Birds came out here for Ouachita. 2nd and 10.
2nd down, 15. A loss of 5 back out to the 16. Hand off to number 24. Looks for a halfback pass into the end zone. Incomplete. Is it intercepted? It is intercepted by Ruston. And let's see, Charles Green. Charles Green, number 45, picked it off in the end zone. So, whoa, what a turn of events here. They say he went out of bounds at the 1-foot line, maybe around the 1-yard line. 2 seconds is showing left here in this first period. So, Rick, what a scoring threat was just nullified by that Ruston defense against Ouachita.
Charles Green comes up to the interception on the halfback option pass of the Lions that were knocking on the door. And Charles Green silences this crowd as they are stunned. With 2 seconds to play, we look like we have a timeout being called by the referees. Ouachita, our score is 0-0. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Jesus. So, an interception, and we have 2 seconds to play. 0-0 is the score, and that's 14 interceptions now for the Bearcats this season. With 2 seconds, we're going to get this one play off and wind up this first period as here comes the Bearcats to the line with their backs in their own end zone.
From their own 1-yard line, Laird turns and gives to Malcolm. Malcolm's got a blocker. Malcolm hits the sideline to the 10. Out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Ramon Malcolm brought it out of the end zone out to the 15, and that's the end of the first period of play. With our score from Monroe tonight, it is Ruston 0 and the Ouachita Lions 0. You're listening to Bearcat Football. To start this second period, here come the Bearcats, 1st down and 10. Malcolm comes in motion this near side. Give the ball to Payne over the left side. Payne out across the 15. Payne up to about the 18-yard line, where he's going to be pulled down by that Ouachita defense led by Sam Curry and also Stanley Jenkins. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. A good gain of 5 on that 1st down carry by Derek Payne.
Well, the score is 0-0. The first half statistics pretty even as Ouachita had 14 plays, 79 yards. Ruston 15 plays for 78 yards. Time of possession can't get much closer. 5:58 for Ouachita, 6:02 for the Bearcats.
2nd down, 5 yards to go at their own 18-yard line for the Bearcats. Wide end split out to the right side. Laird drops back. Laird looks for a receiver over the middle. He's got Mason, and it's incomplete out across the 30 at about the 31-yard line. Mason dove for it, but just couldn't quite tug it in when he hit the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 5 yards to go for the Bearcats at their own 18. Just getting this second period underway, and no score in our ball game. Ruston had scored 106 points in that first quarter throughout the year. Nothing here tonight. They had allowed only 7 and nothing here tonight. In the second period, they have scored 157 while allowing only 7. 3rd down and 5. Wing out to the left side. Wide out this way. Summerall goes in motion to the right. And Laird is back. Laird is rushed. Laird fumbles! And a big fight for the ball. And let's see who's got it. Well, the Bearcats have recovered it back at the full 11-yard line. Boy, that could have been a big break for Ouachita right there, Rick, but they weren't able to come up with the ball. Marsh Bice was the man who was Johnny on the spot for the Bearcats to recover it.
Laird took the snap, and he looked confused as soon as he took his drop back, as he didn't have anybody to hand it off, and he didn't see anybody at downfield. A broken play for the Bearcats, bringing up Metzger's second punt of the night.
Gorge back to receive for Ouachita. Metzger standing in his end zone. The Lions should get excellent field position This is going to be a punt that bounces at the 40 and is going to roll out of bounds around the 45-yard line, maybe to the 46 of Ruston. So that's where Ouachita will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go, going from our left to right. At their 40, the ball is just outside the Ruston 45-yard line, maybe the nose just touching the 45. That's where we'll call it. First and 10, Ouachita at the Bearcat 45. Well, 10 minutes, 34 to play in the second period.
2 years ago, we went into 2 overtimes. Last year, it was down to the last couple of seconds. Why should this year be any different?
Well, it's gotten started that way for sure. And last year, you know, remember over in Ruston, the last few seconds is when Malcolm carried it in on that long run. First and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Bearcats. Davis in motion to the left side. Russell gives off over the middle, another big hole. And J.J. Bennett running hard tonight. Rodney Young finally tipped him down to the ground at the 36-yard line of Ruston. Going to be about well, they mark it at the 37, so he's going to be about a yard shy of a first down at the 37-yard line of the Ruston Bearcats. Second down at a yard. 10 minutes coming up in 5 more seconds to play in this second period. Still no score. What a football game we have on our hands, and what a crowd. And would you believe folks are still coming into the stadium. Russell gives it off to Davis over the left side. Davis running hard. Won't go down, and wrestles his way. Fights to the 30-yard line before Michael Thompson and Charles Green finally get him on the ground. Jeff Williams also there to help out. It's first down and 10 yards to go for the Ouachita Lions at the Ruston 30-yard line. Rick, Ouachita has come to play football tonight.
Well, I don't know what head coach Mike Valerie said to his troops, but he knew what he was up against tonight, and these kids are playing sky high, and they're refusing to go down.
They've had 2 weeks to prepare for it. They were off last week. Here's a hand to Davis once again over the right side, rolls across the 30, down to about the 28, maybe to the 27. Rodney Young and also Terrence Hicks is there for the Bearcats, along with Bobby Williams. A gain of a couple to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down, 8 yards to go for the Lions from the Ruston 27-yard line. Gary Graham headed out of the ball game, and Rowdy Yates comes in at a linebacker position, middle linebacker for the Bearcats. 8 minutes, 55 seconds and counting here in this second period. No score, but Ouachita mounting a threat right now at the 27 of the Bearcats. Russell back to pass. He's going to be hemmed in and knocked down back at the 35-yard line. Jeff Young and also Bobby Williams were there to meet at the quarterback position, and a huge loss for the Lions. Back at the 34 of Ruston, it'll bring up third down and 14 yards to go.
Big play at a big time. 8 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the first half with the score tied 0-0 as the quarterback Russell looking to drop back for a pass on a second down. Defensive line for the Bearcats and defensive end Bobby Williams breaks through, throws for a loss, bringing up third down and 14 for the Ouachita Lions.
Big play coming in this first half right now for Ouachita at the Ruston 34-yard line. Wide out split this way. Tito Davis coming in motion. Big rush coming once again. The pass going to be incomplete. Intended for J.J. Bennett out here in the right flat. Over covering for Ruston was Rodney Young, so it's going to bring up fourth down and a long 14 yards to go for the Lions, and they're going to kick it away. So, once again, the defenses have held, as they have all night long so far. Neither offense can really get it on track. We've had a couple of drives, but they have all stalled. And Clark is back to punt. Standing at the Ruston 47-yard line, and flags go down, and we'll mark off a penalty against somebody. Rodney Young is the lone deep man to receive the punt for the Bearcats. So 5 more yards will be tacked on to this against the Ouachita Lions. And this will move it back to about the 39-yard line. 7:57 left in this second period. Still no score in our football game from Monroe. And 5 yards coming up, back out to the 39-yard line of the Bearcats. That penalty was due to failure to wear the required equipment.
What, braces or, a mouthpiece?
Mouthpiece was not in somebody out there that the official saw. Clark, big run! is coming in! Blocked! And let's see, where's the football going to wind up? At the 45-yard line of Ruston. I think number 26 got it, didn't he? That is Chris Young. Well, once again, the Bearcat defense comes up with a big play. So many times this year, Rick, we have seen block punts. Most of them have been by big old number 72, of course, Brian Houston, but this time, number 26, Chris Young, broke through and got it.
Well, Brian Houston's blocked 3 this year. That's Chris Young's first block punt. He got through on the penalty, and he came right through on the real play. Here come the Bearcats, 0-0 the score at 7:54 to play in the first half.
Summerall in motion to the right side. Little swing pass out to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for a run. He's down the sideline to the 50, 45, to the 40, fights down to the 38-yard line. First down for the Bearcats at the 38-yard line of Ouachita. And finally making the stop downfield was Stanley Jenkins, 6'1", 197-pound linebacker. First and 10 at the, well, they're going to mark it at the 39.
That was a lateral on that play there as it swung out to Ramon on the side, and he picked up the first down. Here's Bearcats 0-0, and up to the line is Laird.
7 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the quarter before halftime. Give the ball to Payne over this left side. Payne to the 35. Payne still fights. Payne to the 30-yard line before the Lions get him down. Finally, number 18, Gorge, is there to make the stop for the Ouachita Lions. They're going to say his knee went down at the 31. Big run of 7 yards, Rick, and now the Ruston backfield is starting to fight for that extra yardage.
Well, they're learning a couple of things from the determination from the Ouachita backfield, and they don't want to be showed up here tonight with the score tied 0-0 as Laird brings it up with 2nd down and 4.
Malcolm out to this left side along with Summerall. Here's that little shovel pass underneath to Summerall around the right side. Summerall cuts upfield. He's got his yardage for first down. He's going to be knocked down near the 25. We'll have to wait till they unpile out there and see who exactly where they're going to mark it. Chris Jolliffe on the stop for the Ouachita Lions about the 25-yard line. That's where they marked the ball, just outside the Lion 25. It's 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. They marked the ball on the far hash mark. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second period. The clock continues to move along. No score in our football game. Ruston nothing, Ouachita nothing. A double wing setup. Laird is back and flags are down. And Laird is hit and knocked down hard after the official's whistle blown. So let's see what we've got. We had flags that went down. Illegal procedure, illegal motion against Ruston. So that's going to move it back 5 yards. It'll bring a first down and 15. Let's see.
In all probability, they're going to decline it because there was a loss on the play. Laird was hit hard from the back as he hasn't seen this kind of pressure at all this year, Bob. Coming into tonight's game, Ouachita Lions with a tenacious defense. The penalty is declined as we have no score, 6 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the first period here in Lions country.
Well, we thought the flag had gone down before the snap, but apparently not. So Ouachita is going to take the loss. It's all just about the same thing anyway. 2nd down, but the down did count. So it's 2nd down and 15 instead of 1st and 15. Here come the Bearcats to the line. Wing set to this left side. Give the ball to Payne over the left side. Payne fights for yardage to near the 25-yard line before he's finally rolled down by Stanley Jenkins. Back to near the original line of scrimmage, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd and 10 from the Ouachita, just outside the 25-yard line. So Payne got that 5 yards back, and now they're right back where they started, but they have lost a couple of downs on it. So it's 3rd down and 10 facing them now. 5:20 to play here in the period. Second quarter, no score. Summerall heads in motion to the right side. Laird pitches back to Payne. Payne's got blockers in front of him. Payne's got yardage for the first down. Payne's to about the 12-yard line. Derek Payne rolls around the right end and continues to roll downfield to about the 12. Trey Hill finally made the stop for the Lions, and we've got an injured Ouachita player down. With 5:05 to play in the second period, there's a break in the action. Our score, Ruston nothing, Ouachita nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
No score here in tonight's contest.
At the Ouachita 12-yard line, the ball on the far hash, and here come the Bearcats up, facing a big crowd in that west end zone down there at 1st and 10 from the 12. Laird to Malcolm. Malcolm to the across the 10, down to about the maybe the 7-yard line before he's brought down. At the 7, and over for Ouachita. Let's see, it is Holman and Jones on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go at the Ouachita 7-yard line. Malcolm around that right side, cutting just outside the right tackle slot. The ball still continues to stay on that far hash. Here they come to the line. And coming out to this near side is Mayfield, and awaiting Summerall also on this near side. Now Summerall goes in motion, give the ball to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for that touchdown into the end zone. He's got it from 7 yards out. Ramon Malcolm puts the first points on the board here tonight. It's Ruston 6 and Ouachita nothing.
A battle of the heavyweights going on here tonight in Lions country. The Bearcats score first at 4 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first half as Ramon Malcolm goes in from 7 yards out. And that brings on the extra point attempt with Michael Metzger to try for Ruston.
Metzger to attempt it out of the hold of Brad Laird. That's 163 points in the second quarter this year. The kick is up, and it is good. Back up the field with 4:08 to play. It's Ruston 7, Ouachita nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football. Metzger's foot's into the ball. The kick is away, coming to this near side at the 15-yard line. Taken and falling down is number 32, J.J. Bennett, around the 17-yard line. So that's where the Lions will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 17.
Well, Bob, Ramon Malcolm goes in from 7 yards out for his 13th touchdown of the year. The first score of tonight's game. Metzger good with the extra point. 7-0 at 4 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the first half. It was a 55-yard drive, 8 plays, 3 minutes and 36 seconds on the drive, as there was a that came after a blocked punt by the Bearcats. We've got a flag way back upfield at the Ruston 35-yard line, Rick, so we're going to bring it all back and do it again. So, apparently Ruston was going to be penalized offsides. That's it. Ruston was offsides on the kickoff. So Ouachita will get a second shot at this and look to get a little further afield than J.J. Bennett was that time. So Ruston will be penalized 5 yards, and Metzger will kick back at his own 30-yard line now instead of the 35. 4:06 to play here in this second quarter. Ruston up now by a score of 7-0. They're coming into tonight's action averaging 52.5 points a game and 437 yards in total offense. But it's a long way from that tonight. Metzger gets a good foot into this one down to about the 22-yard line. Coming to this near side, looking for a hole. Out across the 35 to the 37 goes Derek Williams, number 30. Terrence Hicks is there to make the stop for the Bearcats. So, big difference, Rick, out at the 37-yard line instead of back on their own 17. 20 yards difference there as J.J. Bennett slipped on that first return and picks up 20 yards here on the second kickoff due to the penalty from the Bearcats. 4:01 to play in the first half with Ruston on top of the Lions, 7-0.
Before this massive crowd here at Lions Stadium. They're undefeated in this stadium, as we said, since they played the first ball game here. They are 21-0. They have won 21 in a row here at this stadium. Here they come to the Lions. Russell, the quarterback, sends number 30 in motion to the near far side. Give the ball off to Tito Davis, trying to get around the end. Can't quite cut the corner. He's out to the 41-yard line, though. Pickup of about 3 or 4. Michael Thompson over there to make him cut him down for the Ruston Bearcats at the 41-yard line. So gain of about 4. Give him second down and 6 yards to go coming up. And they still have 4th down on that marker on the far side over there. But second down is coming. Second down and 6 yards to go at their own 41-yard line. 3.5 minutes showing on the clock as it continues to move along toward the end of the second period. 7-0 our score. The Bearcats on top. Number 30 heads in motion to the far side, and that is Williams once again. Here is Russell, and not much is over there, and it's on this near side. He's going to be maybe a yard upfield, and that's going to be just about it. before a host of Bearcats led by Bobby Williams is there to knock him to the ground. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 yards to go at their own 42-yard line. The ball just about halfway between the two hash marks. Ouachita going from our left to right. That's west to east here in this second period, heading to the 2:45 mark.
Critical possession for the Ouachita Lions and head coach Mike Valerie to see if they can come back and counteract the score. Bearcats just scored. 7-0 is the score in the game.
Send the wide out to this right side. Men in the slot now, heads in motion to the left, and that's Williams. And Russell is back. Russell is being rushed, but he gets the pass off. It's going to be incomplete. Down defending way downfield was Jeff Williams for the Ruston Bearcats. Intended down there for Mark Armstrong, so it's going to be 4th down, and the Ouachita Lions will have to turn it over on this 4th down and 5, with 2:28 showing left here in this second period, with the Bearcats up 7-0, and certainly would love to get another one. 2 more timeouts left here in this first half for Ruston, and Rodney Young back at his own 25-yard line, and Clark to do the kicking back at his 27. And it's almost blocked again, and this ball is going to head straight over to the near side, but it's going to get a pretty good Ouachita roll. That thing came straight upfield, just flat as a cucumber, and is going to be out of bounds at the Ruston 27-yard line. So that's where the Bearcats put it in play. Rick, he got a very unusual roll on that thing.
It looked like it hit a ceiling out there of plexiglass because it went up. Don't know, it wasn't blocked, but a low punt, spiral punt, and but it took a Ouachita bounce, and it's on the 28-yard line of the Bearcats as they tried a 1st and 10. Leading 7-0 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first period.
Up they come with the wing set to the right side. Laird unloads a draw play to Malcolm. Malcolm over the right side. Malcolm rolls out across some would-be tacklers up to about the 34-yard line. So good yardage on that first down before for the Ouachita Lions. Stanley Jenkins pulls him to the ground. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Pickup of 6 for Malcolm. Malcolm came into tonight's action with 652 yards on the year, averaging 10.9 yards per carry. And we've got a break in the action. Well, no, we don't. We're just trying to get all the Ouachita Lion players back from the sideline. As Coach Mike Valerie now, as the official came over, starts to herd all of his fellows back a little further from the sideline. Now we're set to go. 2nd down and 4 yards to go at the Ruston 34-yard line. The ball on this near hash against a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man front for Ouachita. Laird got a plenty of time. Now he looks downfield. Now he's starting to break down. Now Laird puts it under and runs. Laird's to the 40. Laird's to the 44-yard line. Well, Rick, excellent coverage on that. But Laird kept looking and looking and looking, and finally had to eat it and cut upfield for good yardage and a 1st down.
Well, he had all the time in the world to look for a receiver, but the receivers were covered very, very well by Ouachita secondary. Finally, Laird, as mentioned, had to tuck it under and cut upfield and had to go it alone down that right side with no blockers in front of him. Gets the 1st down as the Bearcats still leading 7-0, 1 minute and 30 to play in the first half.
1st down and 10 from their own 44. Laird is back. Laird's got a man downfield. It's caught by Malcolm. Malcolm, what a catch at the 34-yard line. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Rick, he juggled that thing with a couple of players hanging all over him, including Gorge, and finally pulled it down, and all the time was still fighting for yardage.
And he had 2 people on him when he caught the ball, 2 more to still try and bring him down. They finally got him down, picked up the 1st down. It was a juggling act, supreme catch by Ramon Malcolm.
Minute 15 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 at the Ouachita 33. Summerall comes in motion. Laird is back. Laird's got a man wide open at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 to Carr. Carr went down immediately at the 19. That will stop the clock with 1:03 to play in the second period as they move the chains to the 19-yard line. 1st down and 10. And now the clock is going. The Bearcats to the line against this strong Ouachita defense that is held here in this first half. Laird, little swing pass out to this right side to Payne. Payne to the 10. Payne to the 7. 1st down and goal to go for the Bearcats.
He's been coming off the arm of Laird here tonight, and we have timeout with the score 7-0. Bearcats over Ouachita. 43 seconds to play in the first half. As we're going to wind this down, timeout for the Bearcats. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Down and goal to go. The ball just outside the Ouachita 8-yard line. Here come the Bearcats. Summerall in motion to the right side. Laird rolls that way. Laird's got a lot of time. Laird looks for a receiver. Puts it into the end zone. Over the head of Summerall. Well, he had plenty of time, all the time in the world. He had Summerall down there along with Carr, but it was just a tad out of the reach of Summerall with 36 seconds showing on the clock and stopped on the incomplete pass. It'll bring up second down and goal to go. The ball is marked on this near hash, and it's just outside the 8-yard line. First down, and rather second down, goal to go for the Ruston Bearcats. Second down, goal to go. Here come the Bearcats to the line. Summerall on this left side. Pitch the ball back to Malcolm. Malcolm's got a blocker. Malcolm is trying to cut upfield. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Well, if he had cut up a little earlier, Rick, he may have carried it in, but he was trying to stretch it out a little bit too far, and it's going to bring up third down and goal to go.
And he did not get out of bounds, according to the referees. The clock is running with 15 seconds to go.
And it's down to 13, and here they are hurriedly to the line. And throw it into the end zone. Touchdown to Carr! Throw it to Carr in the end zone for the touchdown. Rick, that's about as quick as you could run a play. And Carr had just turned around when the ball was there in his face.
It almost looked like Laird was trying to throw that ball out of bounds, but it did not. It got it into the hands of Carr with 8 seconds to play. As the Bearcats scores, it's 13-0 in the first half. 8 seconds to play with Metzger to try for the point after.
Okay, 13-0. Laird will hold it, and Metzger will attempt the point after. And we're wetting that snap. It is placed. It is kicked. It is up. It's perfect. So as they come back upfield, 8 seconds to play. It's Ruston 14 and Ouachita nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
Shut this crowd up.
Metzger spreads it along the ground, a short one taken around the 37, 38-yard line, out across the 40, 45-yard line. And that's where Ouachita will put it in play, but only 3 seconds left in this football game here in the first half at the 46-yard line of the Lions. First down and 10 yards to go.
Well, Bob, it was John Carr with a 6-yard pass from Brad Laird. Metzger got the extra point. It's 14-0, Ruston over Ouachita at 8 seconds to play in the first period. That capped off a 72-yard drive on 8 plays and 2 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock. We see the referees calling a time. Hang on.
Well, we've got the chain, I think, is broke across the way, Rick. That's what the problem. Now we've got it fixed. Now we've got it squared. Time for about one play, and we'll be at halftime. 14-0, the Bearcats over the Ouachita Lions. And what a crowd on hand. I wish you were here to see it. Of course, all you folks in Ruston will be able to see it Tuesday night, 7:30 on Cable Channel 4. First down and 10. Russell back. Russell looks way downfield. Shoots it down there, and it's complete. Not about. No, it's going to be incomplete. And that's the end of the first half. So what a half of football we have had here tonight. The Ouachita Lions came to play the #1 ranked team in the state, the 5th ranked team in the nation, and they haven't given up anything so far to Ruston that they haven't given back. So, at the half, it's Ruston 14 and Ouachita nothing. Let's take a break for 2 minutes, a 2-minute break. You're listening to Bearcat football.
4 minutes of football to play. If past history indicates a couple overtimes are possible. Neville and West Monroe went to double overtime last night before Neville Tigers pulled out a quad A victory last night, defeating West Monroe. And we're going to get this game started. Both teams back on the field, and Bob, it's everything, the cliche index tonight's pretty high. It's everything we thought it would be and more, huh?
It has been that. We'd heard about this Ouachita defense, and they have played up to all of our expectations. This high-powered offense that Ruston High has had all year long, that they have been running, has been rolling up the yardage, rolling up the points, coming into tonight, averaging almost 53 points a game. But Ruston's defense also has been tremendous all year long, and so they've been able to play right along with Ouachita's defense tonight. But Ouachita's Ruston's strong offense was finally able to dent one in the first quarter, and also one in the second quarter. So that's where we are. And here come the Bearcats back out on the field as the captains are meeting into the center. And we're awaiting the appearance of the Ouachita Lions. At the present time, they're still huddled up in their end zone, and here they come now. So we're just about set to go. So just throw another bowl of popcorn on and get ready for it. This second half should be a doozy, but I don't know if it can get any better than that first half, Rick.
Well, the first half started out with the Bearcats winning the toss and taking the ensuing kickoff to start the game out. So to start this second half, we're going to see Ruston kick the ball to Ouachita, and this time the Bearcats will be kicking from the west to the east. That's our left to your right. As Bob mentioned, get another bowl of popcorn or other goodies that you're sitting around the Reggio with, as more football coming down from North Louisiana and District 3 Quad A.
And I think everyone has agreed down through the years, the strongest district in the state of Louisiana, because they have furnished more than their share of state champions all throughout the decade of the 80s, and are heading in that direction again to start the decade of the 90s with the number one ranked team in the state. Ruston Bearcats. Ouachita has been ranked number 4 most of the year, and Neville is ranked number 3. So 3 of the top 4 teams in the state all year long have been from this District 3 Quad A. Well, Metzger has the kicking tee on the field. He has just put it down on the ground at the 35-yard line. He now has the football in his hand. So sit back and stay with us wherever you may be. And we understand we've got a lot of folks in hospitals throughout listening to us tonight, and we are glad to have you with us wherever you may be, and we hope you are enjoying it. Throughout all of the southern half of Arkansas and all the northern half of Louisiana, the top ranked game in the state tonight, these 2 football powerhouses, and they have really put on a show here in this first half. 14-0, the Bearcats over the Ouachita Lions. So if you're all set, we are too, and Metzger is getting himself all prepared. He is placing the football on the tee. As we said, they'll be kicking from west to east, from our left to right as we look down on the stadium. Ruston in all white, trimmed in red. Ouachita in all maroon, trimmed in white. And the foot's into the ball, and we're set to play this second half. It goes to the 15, to the 20, 25, to the 30, to about the 32-yard line. And that's where Ouachita will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go. And on that return, it was Gourds.
Well, Bob, I'm anxious to see this Ouachita crowd. They were fired up in that first half. You know, they spent a lot of energy. They're very quiet right now. The 2 touchdowns have quieted them down, but I'm anxious to see them get going again behind the offensive unit of Mike Valerie and the Ouachita Lions.
Led by quarterback Andy Russell. Here they come. First down and 10 to go from their own 32-yard line. Coming in motion to this near side. Give the ball off to Tito Davis. Davis is going to be dragged down from behind out around the 33-yard line. And catching him from behind was Terrence Hicks, 6'2", 200-pounder.
And Terrence Hicks is the leading tackler coming into tonight's game for the Bearcats, as he has a total of 42 tackles coming into tonight, and that's 24 unassisted tackles.
So we just had our first offensive play run to start this second period, and this second half, and here we go. At the 34-yard line of the Lions, it's second down, 8 yards to go. Put a wide out to the right side, man in the slot. Slot man comes in motion now to this side. Give it off to Davis once again. Davis fighting for some extra yardage out across the 35, maybe to the 37, possibly to the 38-yard line. Before Gary Graham, along with Bobby Williams, is there to get him to the ground. It's going to bring up third down and a good 3 yards to go for the Lions. The ball at their own 38-yard line, resting right now halfway between the 2 hash marks. At their 38. Under 11 minutes now, 10:45 to play in this third period. Ruston up 14-0, just getting the second half underway. Wingman to the right side, everyone else in tight now. He comes in motion to this way. That's Williams. Give the ball off to Davis once again. He's got yardage for the first down. He's got more. He's out to the 45, to the 46-yard line. And Michael Thompson, along with Kamichi Womack, were there to get him down for the Ruston Bearcats. And Rick, runs like that will bring this crowd to life in a hurry.
And they will, as the Ouachita Lions get their first down in the second half. Michael Thompson did a very good job of just getting his hand out to trip up Davis, because had he gotten by Thompson, He had some smooth sailing down this near side and possibly a long gain or maybe even 6. As the Lions coming out doing the right things in the second half, trailing though 14-0.
Wing to the right side. Going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments were made in both those dressing rooms at halftime. Give it off to J.J. Bennett trying that right side. Nothing is there. Kamichi Womack was the man Johnny on the spot for the Ruston Bearcat defensive unit. Giving maybe a yard to the 47-yard line, maybe a half yard, and that's going to be all. It's going to be second down and a long 9. Actually, the ball is not quite out to the 47-yard line, so very short gain on that first down play by J.J. Bennett. 9 minutes, 35 seconds showing on the clock. It continues to roll along here in this third quarter. On this near hash, everyone in tight with the wingman to the right side. No motion man. Give it off to Tito Davis trying outside, and nothing is over there as he is going to be knocked down by number 42, Rodney Young, along with Michael Thompson over there. So it's going to bring a third down and long, 3rd and 8. The ball at the close to the 48-yard line, just outside the 47 of the Ouachita Lions on their end of the playing field. Third down, 8 yards to go. Facing this Ruston defensive unit are the Ouachita Lions. Andy Russell trotting back on the field. He's a 6'1", 171-pound junior that leads this Ouachita offense. Here they come. 3rd and 8 facing him. And what did Coach Mike Bowery's offensive coordinator call this time around? Here comes Williams in motion to this near side. Give it off to Tito Davis. Davis going to be knocked down at the 49. Well short of his first down, and will bring up 4th down. There was a fumble on the play, but it was ruled down. Some of the Ruston players were motioning, we got it, but he was already ruled down. Jeff Young, Kamichi Womack, and also a couple of more of the Ruston players out there on that stop for that Ruston defense. Chris Young also in there. So Rodney Young will drop back to receive this Ouachita punt. And here's the snap, the rush coming, but a good punt going, spiraling downfield to the 20. And that's where Rodney Young will take it, trying to get outside, looks for a blocker, but there's nobody down there for him. And he will be dropped around the 19. Michael Shively, the first man down for that Ouachita Lion defensive unit. So it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Bearcats. And let's see, they're going to place the ball just at the 20-yard line. First and 10, 8:02 to play here in this third quarter. Bearcats up by a score of 14-0. Their first offensive possession of the second half. Here they come. Carr split out to this right side. Putting Malcolm also as a wing on this. Well, double wing coming up now, and here comes Summerall in motion. And Laird drops straight back. Now rolls out this way. He's got Summerall wide open, but it's incomplete and almost intercepted. It bounced off Summerall's shoulder pads, and number 24, Trey Hill and Chris Jolliffe almost picked it out of the air. And Summerall is a little shaken up. And there's going to be a break in the action here as the official is grabbing hold of Summerall, telling him to hold it, son, get down on a knee. So let's take a break. Our score, Ruston 14, Ouachita nothing. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Hurry, hurry. Back at James Stadium, it is second down and 10 yards to go. Laird, little swing pass out to Malcolm in the left flat over there, and he's going to be hustled out of bounds across the way. Up around the 24, well, let's see if he did reach the 25. I don't think so. They're going to bring it in bounds at the 24. So a gain of about 4. It'll be third down and 6 facing the Ruston offensive unit now. Third down and 6 from their own 24-yard line. Clock stops showing 7:50 to play here in this third period. Ruston up by a score of 14-0. The Ouachita Lions come to play, the number 1 ranked team in the state tonight, and Brad Laird is taking a timeout, so a break in the action. Our score 14-0. Ruston over Ouachita. You're listening to Bearcat Football. As making about 6 at the 24-yard line. Third down. Here comes Summerall in motion. And Laird drops back. Laird shoots it upfield. Incomplete, almost intercepted. As a matter of fact, it should have been intercepted by Sam Curry, number 25, across the way. As Curry cut right in front of the intended receiver, but he couldn't hang on to it. So it's punting time for the Ruston Bearcats. So neither team, just as in the first half, were able to really get going on their first offensive series. Ouachita, though, should come out of this with good field position. Metzger standing back on his own 10-yard line. Not much of a rush, and Metzger gets a booming, spiraling punt array. Back to the 35, 34, getting around to the 33. Now coming to this near sideline. He's got a alley, heads upfield. He's to the clear, to the 40, to the 35, to the 34-yard line. And that's where Ouachita will put it in play. First down and 10 yards to go. Vincent Thompson on that return, and Derek Payne is limping off the field for the Ruston Bearcats. At the Ruston 34-yard line, Ouachita sets up in excellent field position with a 1st and 10, 7:30 to play here in this third period. Ouachita down by a score of 14-0, but now are setting up a threat. Ball on this near hash mark. Here they come. Derek Williams on a wing out to the right side. Andy Russell, the quarterback. Everyone else in tight. Williams comes back and now sets up in a straight T formation. Everyone in tight. Giving it off to Tito Davis. Davis fights down to about the 30-yard line. Kamichi Womack. And let's see, on the very bottom is Rodney Young for the Ruston Bearcats. Pickup of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the Bearcat 30-yard line for the Ouachita Lions. The ball on this near hash mark. Ouachita heading from east to west as we look down on the field. That's from our right to left. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Here they come. Wing set to the right side. Williams. Once again, he drops back. They go into a straight T formation. Ruston's defense tightens up, and we've got flags down. Give it off over this left side to number 30. That is Derek Williams. But as we said, we've got flags down, and I believe Ruston may have jumped off sides a little early.
We'll see if they jumped or if it's they were pulled off. Referee is signaling against Ruston. They jumped off sides. 14-0 to score. Ruston over Ouachita. 6:51 to play on a brilliant run back for Ouachita to get this crowd back into the game and get the offensive unit for Ouachita some excellent field position as they tack on 5 more yards. And that will bring up 2nd and 2 for Ouachita from their 26-yard line.
From the Ruston end of the playing field, 6:51 to play, and now the clock starts to roll them down here in this third period. 14-0 at the Ruston 25-yard line. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. The ball just 1 ball length outside the Bearcat 25. Here come the Lions up, this time from an I formation. Russell gives it off to the up man, and that is Derek Williams, and not much is there. He may have rolled forward for maybe a half yard, but we've got flags down. Kamichi Womack on the stop. Illegal motion against the Ouachita Lions, so they'll have to give that 5 yards back that they just got against that Ruston defense when Ruston was offsides. But on this very next play, Ouachita is in motion, so we'll bring the ball back out to the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 yards to go once again. 2nd and 6, 6:32 to play. And the official on the field says roll the clock, and here it goes. 14-0, Bearcats leading the Ouachita Lions. Andy Russell still conferring on this near sideline with the Ouachita Lion coaching staff. Now heads back out to the huddle, and here come the Ouachita Lions up to the line of scrimmage. This time send Derek Williams far out to the right side as a wingman. Everyone else is in tight. Williams now comes in motion back toward the line of scrimmage and give it to Tito Davis. Davis over the right side trying to find a blocker behind number 63 over there. And not much is there. So he was following Sean Benton. But the Ruston defense shut him down around the 28-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Big play right now here in this third period. Well, 3rd down and 5.
We're seeing something we haven't seen all year, and that is the first unit in for the Bearcats on defense and on offense deep into the third period.
Well, this is the first time most of those fellows have played after halftime. This is new ground for them. 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Ouachita once again sets back up into a tight T. Give the ball off to Derek Williams. Williams has got room over this left side. Williams inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. 1st down and 10. Terrence Hicks and Charles Green finally caught him and pulled him down. It's Ouachita, 1st and 10 at the Ruston 14-yard line. So hang on. We've only got a 14-0 score, and we've got a break in the action. It's timeout. Ruston 14, Ouachita nothing. You're listening to Bearcat football.
In the third period, Ouachita on top, on the bottom, 14-0, but on a drive.
1st down and 10 at the Bearcat 14-yard line. Williams in motion. Give it off to J.J. Bennett over the left side at the 1-foot line. to say his knee touchdown maybe at the 1-foot line. So it's first down and goal to go Ouachita. And threatening to put a touchdown on this Ruston defense. They marked the ball. Well, the backside of the ball is touching the 1-yard line. So we'll call it from the 1, first and goal to go. Ball on this near hash. Exactly 5 minutes to play in the quarter. Here come the Lions up. Russell gives it off to Tito Davis. He's going to be fumbled into the end zone, but they say he'd need touchdown. Brian Houston on the stop for the Bearcats. He may have lost about a half yard. He did. He lost a yard back out to the 2-yard line. Brian Houston in quick. Second down and goal to go after that yard loss back out at the 2-yard line of the Bearcats. Here come the Lions up. 4.5 minutes to play in the quarter. Full out, straight T backfield. Give it off to Davis once again. Touchdown! No, this is Derek Williams. Over the left side, Derek Williams has scored. And that being only the 41st point scored against Ruston all year long. So the Ouachita Lion offensive unit has come alive here in the third period, and they're down by only 14-6 now, looking to move within 1 touchdown.
And the crowd quite obviously into the game here as they go for the extra point. Ouachita just scored.
Justin Clack, a bad snap, and it's going to be no good. A high snap, and Clack was never able to get it away, and the holder never got a hold of it. So as they come back up the field, it's Ruston 14, Ouachita 7. You're listening to Bearcat football. Metzger takes the, or rather Malcolm takes the kickoff, gets it back out to about the 22, 23-yard line maybe of the Bearcats, and that's where they'll put it in play. And believe you me right now, this Ouachita Lion football team is a fired-up bunch. 4:15 to play in the third. 14-6 is our score. I think I said 14-7 when we took the break, but it's Ruston 14, Ouachita 6 as the attempt for the extra point failed on a high snap. Here come the Bearcats offense to the line. Carr split out to the left side. Summerall give the ball to Malcolm. Malcolm is hit at the line. May have gotten forward to the third, 25, couple of yards upfield, and that's going to be all. Number 38. Whether this is Lester Watts on the stop, number 21 for the Ouachita Lions.
Derek Williams scored for Ouachita from the 1-yard line. 14-6 is the score. Team kick failed. It was 34 yards, 6 plays, 3 minutes and 9 seconds, and that came after a Thompson 29-yard punt return. 14-6, Ruston over Ouachita.
Well, we're going to see what this Ruston offensive unit now is made of, because this is the first time that we have seen them in the second half all this year. It is second down and 8 yards to go. Laird dropping back. Laird looks for a receiver. Laird's going to have to eat it. Laird throws it. It's intercepted. And Ouachita has the football. Let's see what they're going to rule out here now. This is Stanley Jenkins on the interception, and they rule it an interception. Laird really threw that ball ill-advised. He was going to the ground and threw it underhanded.
Laird was in the grass and on his way down, but he threw the ball, and it went into the hands of Stanley Jenkins. Not obviously a wise thing to do. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the third period. The Bearcats on top 14-6. Momentum definitely on the side of the Ouachita Lions.
At the Bearcat 27-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go, and we just only hope you can hear us. First and 10 on this near hash, straight T formation. Everyone in tight for this offensive unit of the Lions. Russell is going to be dropped, and a fumble, and we're going to have a flag of face mask. Well, a good play by big Brian Houston, but we've got flags everywhere. And now let's wait. I think we'll definitely have a face mask against Ruston, and that's what we've got. It was a big loss on the play, but it's going to be nullified. And let's see, that was on a first down and 10 from the 27-yard line of Ruston. But this is going to move the ball on down further for the Ouachita Lions. As Brian Houston came roaring in, but when he reached out to grab him on the jersey, he grabbed the face mask. And here it comes. It's 5. It's going to be a biggie. Let's see where the ball will finally be marked at the 17-yard line. Personal foul, face mask against the Ruston Bearcats, and that will give Ouachita a first down at the Bearcats' 17-yard line. So the chains have been moved. 3:15 now. The clock is running here in this third period. Here comes Ouachita to the line. This time send Derek Williams out on a wing to the right side. Now he comes in motion to this near short side of the field and give the ball to J.J. Bennett. Bennett fights down to about the 15. Couple of yards on that play. And Terrence Hicks is holding on around those ankles. It'll bring up second down. Well, maybe not quite to the 15, maybe closer to the 16. Second down, about 8 yards to go. The ball just outside the 15-yard line on Ruston's end of the playing field. 14-6. The Bearcats holding on to a very slim 8-point lead, and Ouachita on a drive. 2:30 to play here in the third. Once again, everyone in tight for the Lions. Give it off to Derek Williams, looking for some room around this left end. Nothing is there as Bobby Williams grabs him around the headgear and rolls him to the ground, just as if you were bulldogging a big steer. Also, Jeff Young in on the stop. To the, well, no gain at all on the play. They marked the ball right back where it was at the 16-yard line. So it'll be third down and 8 yards to go for the Ouachita Lions. Coming toward the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. 14-6. Bearcats over the fourth-ranked Ouachita Lions here at a stadium where they have never been beaten. They have picked up 21 wins in a row. Once again, Williams comes back to set up a straight tee. And a pass coming up. It's going to be complete, but he's out of bounds. He was a couple of 2 or 3 yards out of bounds, so it's going to bring up fourth down and 8 yards to go from the Ruston 16-yard line for Ouachita. And Andy Russell, Rick, that time had a big rush in his face.
He had the three front line, Houston Graham and Sebastian Lyons in, and he just got the ball in a hurry, but it was out of bounds. And we're bringing up now third down, 8 yards, minute 46 to play, with field goal attempt now coming on. Make that fourth down, field goal attempt for Ouachita.
Trey Hill will hold. Justin Clack will try from the 23. It'll be a 33-yard attempt. The snap, the play, sits up, and it looks, it's good. A 33-yard field goal by Clack. 1:41 to play in the quarter. It's Ruston 14, Ouachita 9. You're listening to Bearcat football. Moan. 10, 15, 20, 25. Come on, hurry. Malcolm has the return on. He comes out across the 30, 35, up to about the 38-yard line. Rick had looked for just a second like he may get a loose on it.
Malcolm took it. He had a wall of blockers in front of him, and he let them pick their tacklers off, and Malcolm followed the wall through and got up to the 38-yard line as the Ouachita just scored on a field goal, 3 points, making it 14-9, minute 31. Clack kicked the extra point, 33, to make that a field goal of 33, and it was 11 yards, 6 plays. That came after an interception. Here comes the Bearcats.
First down and 10 yards to go. They're on 38-yard line. Up by only 5 points, 14-9. Give it off to Malcolm around this right end. He's going to be hemmed in and dropped at the 40 and pushed way back. But they'll give his forward progress up to, I think, the 41-yard line. Give him about 3 as Stanley Jenkins was there to lead the group of Ouachita players who hemmed Malcolm in on this near sideline. By far and away, probably the outstanding running back in the state of Louisiana, one of the top running backs in the nation this year. And they're trying to keep him hemmed in as close as possible. Here they come, second down, 7 yards to go from their own 41-yard line. 55 seconds to play in the third quarter, 14-9. Wing set to the left side. That's Summerall, and we've got a flag going down. And I think the Ruston Bearcats moved just a tad early, and that's exactly what happened. So 5 more yards is going to be marked off. Rick, we haven't seen this first-team offensive unit in the second half this year, so they could be a little on shaky ground out there right now.
They're being tested right now, leading 14-9 tenuously. And as mentioned, by this time in the previous 6 games, they've held a commanding lead and been sitting on the bench. So now they're doing a gut check and having to play a tenacious Ouachita Lions defense.
Second down, 12 yards to go. The ball back at the 36-yard line. Carr out to this right side. Summerall coming in motion this way. Give it off to Payne. Payne for a couple of yards and not much more as they tried for a quick hitter right over the left guard slot, but not anything is there. Maybe up to the 43, and that'll be all. It's going to bring up third down and 10 yards to go, right back to the original line of scrimmage. The ball on this near hash, and going from our left to right, 18 seconds, and the clock winding down in a hurry here in this third period. As Ouachita has controlled this third quarter, they have scored 9 points since halftime and held the Ruston Bearcats scoreless. Here come the Bearcats to the line with 3 seconds showing, and they get it off and give the ball to Malcolm. He's not going to be able to get anywhere as there is nobody over there to block for him, and he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 37-yard line as the third quarter comes to a close. As we start the fourth, Ruston will be punting. Our score after 3 from Monroe. It's Ruston 14, Ouachita 9. You're listening to Bearcat football.
The situation for Michael Metzger as the Bearcats are forced to punt, having 4th and 11. Once again, leading 14-9 in a nail-biter for the first time this year.
Well, Ouachita should get some pretty good field position. Metzger standing back at his 23-yard line. Coach Mike Valerie told me this morning it just doesn't get any better than this when you've got 2 football teams of this caliber together. Coach Chick Childress of Ruston told me that same thing twice earlier this week. Metzger gets his foot into it, end over end. It's going to be bounding around and going to be taken and knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line of Ouachita. Gourds on the return. So that's where Ouachita will put it in play, down by 5 points, 14-9. They shut out Ruston in that third period while they were putting 9 points on the board themselves. 14-9 starting this fourth and final quarter here in Monroe, where the Ouachita Lions have won 21 in a row. Ruston hoping to end that string here tonight. And Rick, we have got folks everywhere that folks can't be put here tonight.
Haven't seen it this crowded of a football game since Minden back in, 3 or 4 years ago, when they just had Arthur Shine and Sammy Seamster, and what a game that was.
1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. Williams now moves out as a wing to the left side. Russell drops back. Russell looks for a man. He throws it downfield. It's caught! No, it's incomplete. Well, for a moment, Mark Armstrong looked like he was going to pull it in. And Rodney Young was over defending along with Michael Thompson, and they had him covered. But Russell dropped that thing right in, and we've got an injured Bearcat across the way, and I believe that is Rodney Young. And oh my, Ruston's defensive unit doesn't need that all-star out. 2nd down and 10. We'll keep a close eye on Michael Young. He is outside of the playing field over on the Ruston side when he went down. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ouachita from their 33-yard line, not the 34 as I said earlier, from their own 33. 11:44 left in this football game. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass.
And the referees, Bob, I believe
they have called time, so let's take a quick 30. Nope, Rodney's getting up over there now, and we'll get play back in here in just a moment. So Rodney is standing now, and hopefully we can give you a report shortly that he will be okay. Okay, now we're set to get him back into action. Looks like he may, Rick, had cramps. Matt Cousin is in for him. Number 48. 2nd down and 10. Here come the Lions from their own 33. Ball on this near hash. Put Armstrong wide out to the left side and put Derek Williams in the slot over there. And now we're going to send also Tito Davis that way, and a little swing pass over to Davis, and he's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Terrence Hicks, Brian Houston were there. That didn't really fool anybody, but let's see, a loss of a yard. As a matter of fact, it'll bring up 3rd down and 11 back at the Ouachita 32-yard line.
Bearcat defense recovered very well on that as Houston almost batted the ball down, turned around, and then made the tackle on Davis, along with help from Hicks. And that brings up 3rd down and 11 with the Bearcats leading 14-9, and we're in the 4th period at 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play.
Well, Rick, this first-team defensive unit has seen a little action in previous games in the second half. But for this first-team offensive unit, with every tick of the clock, that's new territory for them. Give it off, a big hole on this near side. Still fighting to try to get to that first down marker. Didn't quite make it. He's going to be about 2 yards short. That is J.J. Bennett, who burst over this right guard slot. before Sebastian Lyons and teammates were finally able to get him down. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2 yards to go at their own 41-yard line. They need the 43 for a first down. But let's see. Justin Clack is into the football game to try and punt it away. Remember, there was one blocked in the first half. Here comes the Ruston rush, but he gets a beauty away. Nobody is back to receive it. They're just going to let it roll and roll and roll down to about the 13. And I don't think that was Justin Clark punting. That was Stanley Jenkins doing the punting that time. Okay, so Ruston will put it in play, 1st and 10 at their 13-yard line, deep in their end of the playing field with no room to make a mistake right now, Rick, when you're leading only 14-9, 10 minutes, 11 seconds to play in this football game.
It's gut check time once again for the Bearcats. As you mentioned, not having been in this position this deep in the game, they are leading 14-9, but deep in their own territory as the first offensive unit still out on the field against this Ouachita Lion defense.
Carr out to the left side, give the ball to Payne. Payne finds a hole over that right guard slot. He's out across the 15 up to near the 20-yard line. Good yardage gained on that first down attempt. For Ouachita, Billy Jones there to make the stop, along with a couple of more of his teammates. Chris Holman also one of the tacklers. It's at the 20-yard line, 2nd down, and about 3 yards to go for the Bearcats. Put Summerall on a wing to the right side, split Carr out to this near left side, and give the ball to Malcolm on that right side. Malcolm finds a seam. Malcolm looks like he's going to go. He's still fighting, and he is to the 30, to the 25, to the 22-yard line. And Rick, there's the football running back that everyone has grown accustomed to seeing all year long. 59 yards.
59 yards. That's what the Ouachita defense had been fearing all night, doing a great job containing Malcolm. He broke free. It was Lester Watts, the lone man, chased him down from behind as Malcolm lost his balance, somehow maintained his balance on the tip of a shoelace and got a couple more yards. Lester Watts brings him down. It's first down for the Bearcats, leading 14-9.
At their Ouachita 21-yard line, Malcolm was tripped up and knocked around, and they finally caught him from behind. He's got Mason in the end zone. Touchdown! Brad Laird, 21-yard touchdown to Mason in the end zone. Brian Mason, 6'1", 220-pound senior. 9:13 to play in the game. Ruston 20, Ouachita 9.
Laird took the snap, rolled to his right. Mason was doing a down-out pattern to the sideline, a timing pattern. Laird this time lofted the ball perfectly. Mason didn't lose a step, tucked the ball in for 6 points for the Bearcats. Here's Metzger to try the extra point.
Laird the hold, and Metzger will attempt to put it through the uprights. It's up there, and it's straight down the middle as they come back up the field. 9:13 to play. Ruston 21, Ouachita 9. You're listening to Bearcat football. Come on. Goes to Thompson at the 15-20. Cuts to this near side. Oh, and a beautiful tackle there at the 29-yard line. Number 48, Matt Cousin. And also Roderick Malcolm out there on the stop.
Well, Bob, Brian Mason just caught a 21-yard pass from Brad Laird. Metzger good for the extra point. 21-9 is our score. That score came at 9 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the game. We're in the 4th period. Capped off an 87-yard drive on 3 plays. The Lightning offense of the Bearcats back on track. A 59-yard run by Ramon Malcolm, whom the Ouachita Lions have been kept in check all night. He broke one to get the Bearcats rolling. Here it is, Ouachita on the offense now, needing to get back onto the board.
Slot set to the left side. Coming in motion, Derek Williams to this side. Pitch it back to J.J. Bennett. Bennett trying to find a slot over there. Not much, maybe a couple of yards upfield to about the 33. Ramon Malcolm now with 119 yards rushing on the night. 8:56 and counting left here in this 4th and final period. Ruston up 21-9 over the Lions from Ouachita. At the Ouachita 33-yard line, 2nd down and 6 yards to go. 2nd and 6. Ouachita now has to really get moving in a hurry. Down 21-9. They need 2 scores. And here they come on a 2nd down and 6. Put a wing this time to the left side. And no flags, but here comes number 30. This is Derek Williams on that wingback spot. And he is out to the 39-yard line. Going to be about a half yard shy of his first down. Charles Green along with Rowdy Yates over there over on this near side for the Bearcats to put the stop on him. Gary Graham coming in, and number 44, Rowdy Yates, goes out on that Ruston defensive unit. Third down and just about a yard to go. The ball near the Ouachita 39-yard line. They need the 40 for their first down. 7:50. The clock moves along. 21-9. The Bearcats over the Ouachita Lions. Here comes Ouachita. Wing set to the right side. Now he moves back up, and a straight T formation. Give it off to him. He fights forward across the 40 for the first down. That is Derek Williams. He was hitting the backfield, but managed to move forward for about a yard and a half. Jeff Young and Rodney Young there on the stop, collaborating for the Ruston Bearcats, along with Terrence Hicks, who was right at the very bottom of that big pileup. To the 41-yard line of Ouachita. First down, 10 yards to go. Here come the Lions to the line of scrimmage. 7.5 minutes left in this football game. Wing now set to the right side. Williams in motion to the left. And give it off to Tito Davis. Tito Davis, nothing is over that left side as he tried to cut the corner. And the Ruston Bearcats knocked his feet out from under him, and he may have gotten a yard. That's about it. Terrence Hicks was over there leading the tacklers for the Bearcats. And it's second down, 9 yards to go. The ball at the Ouachita 42-yard line. 7 minutes exactly left in this ball game. 21-9. Ruston over the Ouachita Lions. Here come the Lions to the line. Once again, Williams on a wing to the right, heads in motion to the left. The ball on the far hash. Give it off over this left side. Tito Davis once again. He's tripped up almost immediately by number 12, Jeff Williams, of that Bearcat defensive unit. And Jeff Young also there to really make sure he was going down. Move his progress up to the 43. It'll be third down and 8 yards to go for the Ouachita Lions. Still playing in their end of the playing field at their 43. Russell over here on this near side, getting a play from the Ouachita bench. And now heads back outfield. And a big play right now facing Ouachita. Third down and 8 yards to go. Here they come to the line. The ball resting just inside this near hash. Williams once again in motion to the left. Now he sets up as a wing to the left side. And Russell is dropping back. Rush is coming. Russell is going to throw it downfield. It's going to be broken up, incomplete. Charles Green over there to make sure the receiver never got his hands on it. Number 80 it was intended for, and that is Tim Goodwin. So it's fourth down. 8 yards to go now. Coming up for Ouachita. 5:53 left in this football game. And what a whale of a game, Rick, it has been here tonight.
Indeed it is. Bearcats coming in ranked number 1, but taking on the defending state champions and playing like state champions, the Ouachita Lions, here tonight, trailing 21-9 with 5 minutes and 53 seconds in the contest. And, Bob, I don't think a single soul has left yet.
No way. It looks like we may have more here even. Well, and we got the snap off, but we've got whistles too. John Carr is back to receive the punt for the Ruston Bearcats. John Carr, number 87, back to receive this punt from the Ouachita Lions. And punting for Ouachita will be Stanley Jenkins. So it's going to be fourth down. And let's see what we have got here.
Don't see any flags down.
Don't see any flags down. The Ouachita coaching staff is trying to get an explanation. And what's going on? Oh, we've got a timeout, so let's take a quick 30-second break. A 30-second break. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Let it alone. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Get away. Okay, the punt is away, and it's going to be blown dead just at the Ruston 15-yard line. The Ruston receiver, John Carr, just backed up and let it bound around and kill some time off the clock. 5:43 left in this football game, and the Bearcat offensive unit back out on the field. And first down at their own 15-yard line. 5:43, 21-9, Ruston over Ouachita. Here come the Bearcats to the line. Carr split out to this near side, wing set to the right. Give it off to Summerall on a little wing back reverse, and he is up to around the 18-yard line. That never really got started because that middle was clogged up by John Beckwith and several more of those Ouachita Lions, including Billy Jones. Gain of about 4. Well, let's make it 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 19-yard line of the Bearcats. 5:20. The clock continues to relentlessly roll along. Ruston up 21-9 over the Ouachita Lions. Laird dropping back. Laird has got a man wide open. It's Malcolm just off his fingertips. Oh, that had 7 points written all over it, Rick, but it was just about, 2 inches too far.
Maybe 2 inches, and it had 7 points written in capital letters. Malcolm knew it. He looked at his fingertips. It was just that shy of going for a score. Now, if you're a Ouachita fan, you want a turnover. If you're a Bearcat fan, you need a couple of first downs because it's 5 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the contest. 21-9 is the score. Ruston over Ouachita.
5:05, 3rd down and 8 yards to go. The ball at the Bearcat 19-yard line. They're to the line of scrimmage with Malcolm to the right and John Carr split out to this left side. And Laird rolls to the right. He shoots a pass upfield. It's going to be complete, but well short of a first down, only to about the 21-yard line. Once again, Derek Payne gets up limping considerably, and we've got another Ruston player down. I believe this is the pass receiver, Mason. Mason is down, so we've got a break in the action. Our score, Ruston 21, Ouachita 9. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Touchdown! Ouachita has just blocked Metzger's punt for a touchdown. He knocked it into the end zone. And let's see. It is a touchdown.
It's a touchdown indeed.
Well, the
old block of a punt on your 6-yard line and turned the old Native Wild.
kick in the bar, kick it into the end zone. Kenny Stabler play. Okay, clock will try the point after. We'll try to get this thing all figured out for you while we take a break. And here it is. It's up and it is good. So with 4:41 to play, we have got ourselves a football game. It's Ruston 21, Ouachita 16. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Major turnover. Dave Roberts, a 21 block punt for 21-yard return. Clack extra point. 21-16 is the score. Ruston over Ouachita. We got 4 minutes and 41 seconds to play in this thing, and if you got a seatbelt, put it on, and we're far from being over.
Clack's got it at the 35-yard line. A 5-point football game right now. Malcolm back deep at his own 8-yard line. Dave Roberts, who just scored, is the son of the NLU football coach, Dave Roberts, at Northeast. It goes to Malcolm, 15, looks for blockers to the 20, 21, 22-yard line, maybe. And that's where the Ouachita Lions ride into the ground. And over there for Ouachita, number 20, that is Ard. Kesh Ard on the stop for the Lions. First down and 10 yards to go. Bearcats at their 22-yard line. And boy, do they need to pull something out of the bag right now, out of that magical hat of offensive plays they have had all year long. 21-16, 4:34 left in this football game. Here they come. Carr split out as a wide out to this left side. A wing, Summerall set right. And Laird gives it to Malcolm over the right side. Malcolm tries to break free across the 25 to the 30. Raymond Malcolm running hard right now. And let's see, getting up off the very bottom of that pile for Ouachita is number 45, Stanley Jenkins. Rick, do you just keep feeding to Malcolm right now and hope he can run this clock down?
Well, Malcolm got hit pretty hard. He's getting himself off the field right now. Although Ouachita has not led this game at all, the swing of momentum back and forth has been very evident here tonight, and it's on Ouachita's side, even though they trail 21-16 late in the fourth.
Second down, 2 yards to go for the Bearcats. Laird is back. Laird looks for a receiver, shoots it down, almost intercepted over there, but it falls incomplete. Number 36 was Jules Staton. He was the closest to it for the Lions. It'll bring up third down, 2 yards to go. That stops the clock, 3:51 left in this football game. And Ruston right now needs a first down, Rick, like they have never before this year needed one.
No,
leading by only 5 points.
And they're not getting them very easily here tonight at the hands of Ouachita Lions.
This defensive unit for Ouachita has played one whale of a football game. Summerall in motion to the right. Give it over that right side to Lowry. Lowry has got yardage for the first down out to the 35. That will stop the clock momentarily while they move the chains. 3:43 to play in the football game. And we've got another Ruston Bearcat down. That is Derek Payne, who has been hobbling all night long, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
You might get to see him.
Yeah, we need to see him.
You got to see him.
Oh,
Here's the play in this contest here tonight. Bearcats just picked up a first down. Derek Payne up and off the field under his own power. And we have Malcolm in the backfield with William Alphonse.
That super sophomore is in there right now. William Alphonse along with Ramon Malcolm. First down and 10 at their 35. Give it to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for a seam. He can't find it. That one man over there, number 21, grabbed those ankles and held on. That is Watts for the Ouachita Lions.
Lester Watts making some critical tackles, key tackles for the defense of the Lions tonight. We got a timeout now by Ouachita. Our score is 21-16, Bearcats over the Lions. You're listening to Bearcat Football. Here with Brother Martin, 21-16, Bearcats over the Lions. Bearcats have the ball. 3 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the fourth period.
Second down, 9 yards to go at their 36-yard line. And a wide out to the right, wingman to the left, pitch it back to William Alphonse. That sophomore heads upfield across the 35, and Ouachita quickly is going to call another timeout. We see this coaching staff over here trying to get their attention out there. Let's see where the ball will be, up around the 38-yard line. It will bring up third down and a good 6 yards to go. So we've got another break in the action. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. It's Ruston 21, Ouachita 16. You're listening to Bearcat Football.
Timeout. They have one remaining, and the Bearcats have the ball. It's third down and 6 to go. And here we go.
And we were just eavesdropping on the offensive coordinator, Kenny Landreth, up here in the press box on a third down and 6. Laird is back. Laird is being rushed. Laird's got a man over the middle. It's incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Summerall. And he had Mason 10, 15 yards behind everybody down that right side. Whoa, boy, 3:05 to play, and the Bearcats have got to try and punt it away. And keep in mind what happened the last time they attempted to punt. It was blocked for a touchdown. Rick, this thing is going to come down to the last tick on the clock, it looks like.
Indeed it will. We're going to see the Bearcat defense out on the field with their backs to the wall in a true gut check we haven't seen them do all year. Here's the punt.
Metzger to 25. Here comes the rush. He gets it away, though. Good-looking punt. And we've got a flag down. It's going to be roughing on the kicker. Roughing the kicker, but only 5 yards. It's not going to be enough, and we've got a flag down at the point of impact downfield. So hang on. Let's see what all we've got. We've got flags at the point of the tackle, and we've also got flags back upfield where they ran into Metzger. So just hang for just a second, and we've just gone under 3 minutes. We've got 2 minutes, 55 seconds to play in this football game. 21-16. The Bearcats up by only 5 points over the Ouachita Lions. And believe you me, if you weren't here tonight, we hope you've enjoyed it. It has been one whale of a football game between these two great football teams, both coming in undefeated tonight. Ruston ranked number 1 against Ruston. So it was running into the kicker against Ouachita.